Welcome, yogis. My name is Elisa, and this morning practice will ignite your fire. So, our inner fire is called Agni in Sanskrit, and it's really the fire of our digestion that is present in actually every tissue of our body. The fire of the digestion of impressions that we get throughout the day. So in the morning, we want to create this balanced fire. We don't want excessive fire, but we also don't want dim fire. And dim fire is kind of what can happen after sleep. We feel this kind of heaviness or we feel a little bit sluggish. So when we ignite our fire in the morning, we set ourselves up for a day where we're able to digest food, but also experience this very well. So let's get started in a seated position, and we're going to dive straight in with Agni Sara. And a little bit longer explanation of this is in a previous video of this morning series. So you'll place the soles of the feet together, hold on to the knees, and then I'll show you once. We're going to inhale, lengthen the spine, lift the chest, and then on an exhale, we really push out all the air, stay empty so there's no breath, and then you're going to sweep up and down with the belly button. So it's not so much just a pulling in, it's an up and all the way down release. Up, pulling up towards the crown of the head, and then release towards the pelvic floor. And what you'll do is you just see how many times it feels comfortable for you, anywhere between 3, 5, 10 times. So we're on empty, we're not breathing. It's really on the end of the exhalation, we pause the breath and then we sweep up and down. All right? To start, soles of the feet together. Rub your hands, close your eyes if that's comfortable to you. And then as the hands rest in front of the heart, maybe there's something on your heart mind, on your mind that you'd like to dedicate this practice to. Maybe it's a person. And then let the fire, that spark, really ignite not just your passion for life, but also your compassion. So not just the belly fire, the ego fire, but more the heart fire. What are you standing for in this life, in this world? Then release your hands on your knees. You can do this with eyes open or closed. I'll join you. Take a deep inhale, lift the heart. And then empty on the exhale. Slightly round the spine. Stay empty anywhere between 3 to 10 times, sweeping up and down with the belly button. Whenever you're ready to inhale, you inhale naturally and then release. Take a moment to feel. And we do this one more time. So hands on the knees. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale all your air. And then sweep. Whenever you're ready, inhale naturally and take a few recovery breaths as you observe what you feel. And then slowly, gently open the eyes and we'll move into our Ujjayi breath. Again, an explanation is in the beginner's course if you need more instruction. Hands on the side ribs. And then take a deep inhale through the mouth as if you're creating this whispered ah sound through the mouth. And then a whispered ha sound on the exhale. As if you're flogging a mirror. Whispered ah sound on the inhale. Ha on the exhale. One more time. Now continue with this breath. If you are more familiar with this breath, you can close the mouth, but keep that same whispered ah sound on the inhale. Whispered ha sound on the exhale. And then slowly transition over onto your hands and your knees. And then instead of a regular cat-cow, a reversed cat-cow. So really plant your hands down properly. Spread the fingers wide. And then on an in-breath, round your spine. Pull the belly button up towards the spine. And on an exhale, melt the chest forward and down. Lift the heart. Inhale, round your spine. Lift between the shoulder blades. Tailbone drops. Exhale, tailbone to the sky, chest lifts. So again, we're reversing our cat-cow. Inhale to get more into the core. Exhale. Then inhale, come into a neutral spine. So there's a natural curvature of your spine. Place your hands about 1 hand distance forward from the line of your shoulders. Hug the forearms in. And then with those strong arms, push your sit bones up and back into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Have your feet as wide as your hips or slightly wider, hands as wide as the shoulders or slightly wider. And then bend your knees properly so you can lift your sit bones high, especially in the morning. Your backs of your legs might be tight. Breathe into the back of the heart. Slowly from here, look forward. And step or walk, or maybe you're ready to slightly hop or lightly hop to the top of the mat. Feet hip distance, hands on shins. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold, and see if you can bend your knees so much that your belly drapes over the thighs. So we're really compressing the belly to create a little bit of heat. Press the feet down. Keep the knees slightly bent, and then inhale, lift your arms up and overhead. Exhale, pull the hands down through the center line in front of the chest. Keep the hands together. Inhale, lift your chest, maybe also your gaze. Exhale, fold forward again. Get your knees bend so that your belly drapes over the thighs. Inhale, hands on the earth or the shins, lift halfway. And then exhale, plant your hands down, step both feet back into plank. Now, you can keep your knees off the earth or on the earth. I'm going to go on the earth because I'm still only 3 months postpartum. Bring your tailbone down towards the heels, whether your knees are off the earth or on the earth. And then lengthen your spine, micro-bend your elbows. So here's your strong plank pose. Inhale, lift the chest a little bit more. And then when you exhale, knees or straight legs come slowly down to your belly. Keep the elbows close to the body. Hands come further back from the line of the shoulders, so now they're about lower rib height. Inhale, lift the chest, hug the elbows towards the side body. Exhale, bring yourself back down. Inhale, do that again, lift up. Exhale, come back down. Now we'll add lion's breath. So inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, stick out your tongue, stay up. And do that again, stay high, inhale. Exhale, stick out your tongue. Slowly release. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, curl the toes under, and then take a huge inhale through the nose. Exhale, pull the belly muscles back towards the spine and press back into downward facing dog. Ujjayi breath flowing through the mouth or the nose. And one more breath, downward facing dog. And then look forward to your hands, step, walk, or lightly hop to the top. Belly presses onto thighs. Then inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. And then this time, cactus arms, bend your elbows, shoulder height, lift your chest. Keep the tailbone long so you're not overarching the lower back. Inhale here. Exhale, fold forward again. Get your belly onto your thighs, release forward. You can bend your elbows a little to deepen the stretch into the shoulders. Inhale. And then exhale, release the hands down, either onto the shins or the thighs. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step back with your non-dominant leg into plank pose. Again, knees up or down. Lengthen your tailbone towards your knees or your heels, depending on the knees being up or down. Lift the heart, inhale. And then shift your weight slightly forward. And then see if you can lower down on the full length of the exhalation. So about 4 counts to lower down. Hands again slightly further back. So you're having this kind of square shape with the elbows, the earth, and the wrist. Tops of the feet push down. And again, lion's breath in our cobra pose. Inhale, lots of animals. Lift the chest. Lion's breath, exhale. Stay high, inhale. Stick out your tongue, look up. And one more time, inhale. And then release, inhale deep. Exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Stay with the breath. Look forward to the hands, inhale. Exhale, step walker, lightly hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Inhale, raise your arms all the way up. Exhale, cactus arms once again. Lift your heart to the sky, really sparkly fingers lifting the chest. And then exhale, fold over the legs. Interlacing the fingers behind the back. Let your head relax. Soften your face. Hands on the earth or the shins. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step back into plank. And then straight away lower down to the count of 4. 4, 3, 2, and 1. This time, cactus arms in cobra. So have your fingertips nice and wide on the earth. Elbows are bent. You're not pushing them forward. Shoulders stay down. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lift the chest. Lion's breath, exhale. 2 more breaths, inhale. Really go for it. Inhale, find that inner lion or lioness. And then release, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Soften your facial muscles. Imagine that inner fire starting to burn. Stable, steady, balanced fire. And then slowly look forward to your hands. Step walk or lightly hop to the top. Hands on shins or earth. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise all the way up and overhead. And exhale, pull the hands down in front of the heart. Hands on your hips. And step one leg back. Big step. Turn your feet to the side of the mat. And then bring your heels in, your toes out. We're almost there. Bend your knees. Now, if your knees kind of collapse inward, maybe bring your heels a little bit closer or wider. Play around so that you really can have your knees in line of your ankles. Keep a balanced, natural spine instead of rounding or overarching the spine. And now, let's take our Agni Mudra, so really creating this kind of fierce, fiery mudra with our hands. All the fingers are interlaced except the second finger. Insects are attacking me. Now point this finger up above the crown of the head. Now we're really going to imagine a fire building going up through the crown of the head, all right? And we're going to add, if you're comfortable with that, Kapalabhati, skull shining breath. And we do this by pulling the belly muscles back, back, back on the exhale. Stay with it. Inhale. And then if you're joining Kapalabhati, start now. A little bit more. 3, 2, 1. Straighten the legs. And then get back to your Ujjayi breath as your toes come forward. Legs straight. Lengthen the spine. Press down into your feet. And then you can bend your knees as much as needed to fold forward without rounding the spine. So you can feel with your hands and your hips that you're actually tilting the pelvis forward, this whole ball of the pelvis. Lengthen the spine here. And then lift your sit bones as you push your feet into the earth. Move your shoulders down into your back. Breathe deeply. Last breath. And then press the feet down, long spine to come back up. See if your buttock muscles can help you instead of your lower back. And from there, turn your feet back to the top of the mat and step forward. Arms rise all the way up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. You can step straight into downward dog or flowing through a vinyasa of your choice. So any variation of plank, lowering or hovering in chaturanga. Remember that chaturanga is a pose, not a transition. And inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward dog. And feel in this downward dog, inhale into the side ribs. Exhale, draw the belly muscles towards the spine. And do that again. Inhale into the side ribs. Exhale, pull the belly muscles up and in, up and in. Then from here, bring your knees onto the ground. Sit back onto your heels and see if you can have your toes curled under, creating even a little bit of fire in the feet. Then lift your arms. One more little Agni building thing before we rest. So again, that Kali or Agni Mudra, bringing the second fingers up like a flame above the crown of the head. And then again, either deep breaths or you're going into that Kapalabhati, skull shining breath. And you can really imagine that radiance coming out through the crown of the head. This is kind of your chimney. And your fingers are making that even more clear. So go ahead. Last 3, 2, 1. Take a deep inhale, lift a little bit more. And then exhale, release. Bring yourself forward onto your hands. Uncurl the toes if you had them curled. Knees nice and wide, and then come into Balasana, child's pose. Forehead rests. You can make a pillow with your hands if you like. Come back to that Ujjayi breath, victorious breath. Now feel where your body's taking you. Is it taking you into resting here? Is it taking you into meditation from here? Or is it taking you into Shavasana? Feel where you're pulled to go. So allow yourself to close your practice, this morning practice, in your own beautiful way. Have a wonderful rest of your day.